So in the previous access structure video, we looked at how to set up a basic access structure, and this video will now dive a little bit deeper into the different options that we have and the flexibility that the access structure system gives us. So here's the access structure that we originally set up, and we can see that it's currently applicable to all products and all customers. So we can actually add as many of these product and customer rules as we like to further define the list of products and customers. So what we might now do is edit this existing product rule by clicking the green tick icon to limit down the products that it's applicable to. So we'll select the category that it applies to, and we'll include categories below it. And we'll click Save. So now we can see this access structure gives access to all accessory products. Now we'll add a secondary rule here to outline something that a lot of people get confused with. We're going to use the is not feature and select the supplier. Now at first glance this may appear as though what we're saying is give access to all accessories that are not the Ingram Micro supplier, but these two rules are actually working independently. What this is actually saying is that we want to give access to all accessories products, and in addition to that we want to give access to all products that are not the Ingram Micro supplier. So if we do want to limit the access structure to only show products in the accessories category that are not Ingram Micro products, we can achieve this with one of two ways. So firstly, we'll get rid of this rule, and we can now edit the existing accessories allow rule, and from within this rule we can additionally say is not Ingram Micro. So now we can clearly see that this rule is limiting it to products that are not from Ingram and that are in the accessories category. So the other way that this could be achieved is to add a deny rule. So if we edit this rule again and remove the supplier component, we'll now add a second rule using the hide feature. We'll say where the supplier is Ingram Micro. So we've now got two rules here, and rather than having two allow rules where one of them had the is not feature on, we've actually said show products where the category is accessories, but we're hiding the products that are Ingram Micro. Now to additionally complicate matters, if we were to add another rule here, we'll add another category. What we're now saying is we'll want to look at all products that are either consumables and accessories, but that they are both not Ingram Micro. So if we really only wanted the Ingram Micro part to be applicable to the accessories, we'd need to remove that rule, go back into the accessories and turn that is not back on. So now what we can see here is we're showing all the products where the supplier is not Ingram and they are in the accessories category, and in addition to that we're showing all consumables regardless of the supplier that they have. So we'll now have a look at the customer rules. So the customer rules work in the same way as the product rules, and we can add multiple different rules in here with allow and deny rules, but we'll just go through a couple of examples now just to further demonstrate it. So at the moment there's an access rule here showing for all customers. So we'll go in and edit that rule, and we're gonna limit it to a specific role. Now what we're saying here is that currently the access structure only gives permission to people in the administrator role. We can now add a second rule, and we'll say where the company is not eMark. Now again, it may look as though these two are working together and that we want all people in the administrator role that are not from eMark. But again, these two rules are working independently. So we're firstly going to get a list of all the customers that are administrators, and then secondly, we're also going to get a list of everyone that's not from the eMark Systems company. So this would actually be opening it up to a lot of people in the system. So if we do want to limit it to people in the admin role that aren't from eMark, we'll just get rid of this rule. And we'll go in and edit this rule now and add the is not rule into the one rule. So now we have a single rule that clearly says we want all administrators that aren't from the eMark Systems company. The other way we could do this would be to create a second rule, which was a deny rule. So we'll just edit this again and just put it back to the administrator role, and then we'll create a second rule using the deny feature and add the company that way. So now we can see there's two rules here. The first one says show all administrators, but then we're denying the customers who are from eMark Systems. So we can quickly start to see that the access structures are very flexible, but at the same time they can get very complicated. We do recommend that you do sit down and map out exactly how you wish to give access to your products. And if you do wish to break this up for different customers, then it's worth putting it down on paper just to establish exactly what you want to achieve. We see a lot of people will continuously just add new access structures each time they want to make a change, rather than going back and editing some of the existing ones, and this can really start to spiral out of control, and it can be difficult to work out why a customer is getting access to a specific product when other access structures aren't giving that permission.